Hello everyone, thank you for coming to my channel. My first tutorial is going to be on blending, and I wanted to showcase how I blend through this piece. I just created it, and this features different members from the K-pop groups Infinite and In Black, but let me get rid of it. For my first tutorial, I wanted to teach simple blending, specifically with the Polygonal Lasso Tool. Start by acquiring your images and creating a new document. For the settings, I use the width 1200 pixels and the height 800 pixels. Your resolution and color mode can stay at their default. It's very important to keep in mind about file management. When you blend, you're going to have multiple layers, so be sure to always label them. Begin by dragging your images into your composition. Resize them. When you have multiple images in your composition, you're going to need to resize them. If not, you're going to need to make your composition bigger so they will all fit. I duplicated these layers as both girls were on the same image, and so line them up where you want them in the composition. There are many ways to blend, such as layer blending. For instance, I switched this layer to multiply, and it has kind of a blue saturated tone. And then if you switch it to darken, it's almost perfect. But when you move your image over, it's very much transparent. And for this, you're not going to want all those black lines running through the girl. So this tutorial is going to be about the Polygonal Lasso Tool. When you use this tool, clicking is your friend. Click as much as you can to get accurate measurements, but also remember with CS5's new Refine Edge tool, you do not need to be as precise as you normally would, but I try to get as close as I can so there's less work for that effect to do. Make sure to select all of your image so that way you don't have to go back and erase later, and click Refine Edge. Once you have the dialog box open, select the Smart Radius and bring in the radius as much as you can. You want the selection to outline the image. The smooth smooths the line, and the feather makes the edges less harsh. Click OK and hit delete. So as you can see, what we got rid of made the image blend perfectly. I'm going to quickly finish the rest of this image up, and I will get back to you. Okay, so now that it's half done, grab your other image and bring it down into your composition. Resize and remember to duplicate the layers if you have multiple people in the same image, and also rename them. I'm going to be using layer blending to show you an example. I set this layer of the girl to darken, but as you can see, her arm runs in to the other image, and you cannot see it clearly. So what I do is I counteract this, and I take a new layer, and I take the brush with white, and I brush around it. Sure, it leaves this feathered white light effect, and it kind of looks cool, but we want to showcase blending. And so with your Polygonal Lasso tool, go in and go around her hand where the white is, and you can still use the Refine Edge. Not as much, but it still works. And you can go back in around her fingers with the eraser tool. Just make sure your brush size is really small. So there's the example of layer blending. Now I'm going to go back to the Polygonal Lasso tool for the last girl and go around her hair. A lot of times I focus just on the hair first before I start on the rest of the body. It's up to you, but the Refine Edge tool works just the same. make sure you have the Smart Radius selected. A new cool feature is if you hold down the Alt key, you can erase some of the selection that went inside so it's more precise around the outside. Click OK and click Delete. There we go, another perfect blend. For this shadow area, I used the eraser tool. You can use the Polygonal Lasso Tool, but this works better for me, especially on smaller parts like this. And so there you go. It's all finished up. If you have any questions, feel free to leave a comment or you can inbox me with requests. And thank you for watching.